They say friends are the family we choose. But what happens when those choices start draining your energy, overshadowing your achievements, or betraying your trust? Today, we dive into the friendships that might be worth reevaluating. From emotional vampires lurking in our circles, to those fair-weather friends who vanished with the slightest wind. Discover the signs and decide who really deserves a spot in your life. The emotional vampire. In the expansive realm of human relationships, there's a subtle undercurrent, a phenomenon that often goes unnoticed until its effects become too pronounced to ignore. Imagine a vast forest, alive with the sounds of chirping birds, rustling leaves, and the gentle whisper of the wind. Every tree, shrub, and flower plays a role in this ecosystem, coexisting and contributing to the shared harmony. But among the shadows, weaving between the strong trunks and vibrant blossoms, there lurk parasites. These entities, rather than growing on their own merit, choose to latch on to the hard work of others, drawing life and sustenance, and leaving behind a trail of weak and faltering greenery. This shadowy figure, this parasite, serves as a metaphor for the emotional vampire present in the world of interpersonal relationships. These aren't beings with a distinct physical form or an overly malicious demeanor. In fact, their presence might initially seem benign or even comforting. But as time progresses, their insidious nature comes to the fore. Every interaction feels increasingly imbalanced. There's a sense of continuous outpouring from one end, emotions, time, energy, and resources, being met with an echoing silence or an insatiable demand for more from the other end. This isn't a mere give-and-take anomaly. It's a consistent draining of one's reserves, leaving one feeling emotionally bankrupt after each encounter. Beyond the sheer lack of reciprocity lies a more profound problem: the impact on one's mental and emotional well-being. Just as a tree weakened by a parasite becomes more susceptible to disease and decay, an individual consistently exposed to an emotional vampire starts showing signs of weakness, disillusionment, and a general ebbing of zest for life. But within this challenging scenario lies a silver lining: awareness. Knowledge and understanding of such draining dynamics can act as the first line of defense. Just as a forester, upon identifying a parasitic infestation, takes measures to protect and preserve the affected trees, individuals, when armed with the right knowledge, can take steps to shield themselves from emotional harm. It's essential in this vast and unpredictable journey of relationships to frequently stop and evaluate, to assess which interactions invigorate and which ones exhaust, to discern the genuine bonds of mutual respect and affection from the deceptive chains of one-sided dependency. In the dance of human connections, ensuring that one isn't consistently being led into the shadows is key to a life of joy, fulfillment, and true companionship. Recognizing and distancing oneself from the emotional vampires is not just an act of self-preservation, but a step towards cultivating and nurturing bonds that truly matter. The perpetual competitor. In the vast canvas of human interactions, where emotions, ambitions, and aspirations intermingle, there emerges a unique dynamic that is both compelling and at times confounding. Picture a serene lake, its waters calm and undisturbed, reflecting the clear blue sky and verdant surroundings. Yet beneath its placid surface, there's a constant undercurrent, a silent competition among the aquatic life, each trying to outdo the other for survival. This analogy paints the subtle world of the perpetual competitor in human relationships. On the surface, interactions might seem amicable and harmonious, but lurking just below is an unending race, an innate desire to be one step ahead, to shine a tad brighter, and to claim the spotlight, even if it means overshadowing another. These perpetual competitors aren't always easy to spot. They might come draped in the guise of a friend, a confidant, even a mentor. Their words might sound encouraging, but the intent behind them often carries a hint of rivalry. Every achievement shared is met with a tale of one better. Every challenge faced is countered with a story of a hurdle higher. The exhausting part of this dynamic isn't the competition itself. After all, a healthy dose of competition can drive excellence. The real drain stems from the constant need to measure up, the never-ending game of comparison, and the looming shadow of inadequacy that tends to envelop one. It's like being on a treadmill that keeps accelerating, pushing one to their limits, not for the joy of the run, but for the fear of falling behind. Navigating such relationships requires immense self-awareness. It's crucial to recognize when admiration turns into competition and when shared joys transform into silent battles. Just as the aquatic life in the lake must find its balance, its niche, and its unique path, so too must individuals amidst these competitive dynamics. It's about finding one's rhythm, understanding one's worth outside of comparisons, and realizing that in the journey of life, the race isn't against others but against one's own limits. The fair weather friend. In the vast spectrum of human interactions where loyalties, affections, and dependencies play out, there's a peculiar silhouette that often flits in and out, much like a fleeting shadow on a sunny day. Envision a majestic tree standing tall and proud, its branches laden with leaves that dance to the melodies of the breeze. However, when the storm clouds gather and the winds turn fierce, these leaves are the first to detach, leaving the tree to face the tempest alone. Such is the essence of the fair weather friend. They are the companions who shine brightest during moments of joy, laughter, and prosperity. Their presence is unmistakable in times of celebration, their laughter the loudest, their joy seemingly genuine. But like the leaves that abandon the tree at the first sight of a storm, these friends have a curious tendency to disappear during moments of adversity. Their loyalty and companionship appear conditional, hinging on the pleasantness of circumstances. When the sun shines and the days are easy, they are right there, basking in the warmth. But let a cloud of hardship or challenge appear on the horizon, and their presence becomes scarce, often replaced by silence or a myriad of excuses. The pain of such interactions doesn't necessarily arise from the absence itself. It's the contrast, the jarring shift from the proximity during good times to the distancing during trials that stings the most. It serves as a poignant reminder that not all who celebrate with you are willing to stand by you during your struggles. Understanding the nature of such friendships is essential for emotional well-being. For while it's tempting to surround oneself with those who amplify moments of happiness, it's equally vital to have pillars of support during times of crisis. And the fair weather friends, with their fleeting loyalty, often fail to provide this anchor. The gossip monger. In the theater of human relationships, there's a recurring character that often stands apart, the relentless critic. Imagine a canvas painted with broad strokes of vibrant colors. Among them, there's a persistent smudge, a recurring imperfection that stands out. This smudge mirrors the critics in our lives, whose words, instead of building up, often diminish. Such critics cloak themselves in concern, offering constructive advice and opinions. But beneath this veneer, there's a consistent tone of fault-finding. Their remarks, while seemingly well-intentioned, tend to highlight shortcomings and sow seeds of doubt. The challenge isn't just the criticism itself, but its steady erosion of one's self-worth. Interactions become a tightrope walk of avoiding their critiques while trying to assert one's value. In navigating these dynamics, it's crucial to recognize the difference between genuine feedback and unnecessary negativity. While every canvas may have its smudges, it's the broader picture filled with colors and passion that truly defines its essence. The negative Nancy. In the journey of relationships, there is a familiar presence that can sometimes hinder progress. Imagine a ship ready to set sail, the vast ocean beckoning, but an anchor keeps it tethered to the shore. This anchor represents those individuals who resist change, hold tight to the familiar, and viewing the unknown with skepticism. Their presence can feel limiting, always pulling one back to the safe and known, stunting exploration and growth. Interacting with such individuals is a dance of nostalgia versus progress. While their caution might offer comfort, it can also lead to feeling stuck in a perpetual loop. But it's essential to approach them with understanding. Their resistance often stems from deep-seated fears. In navigating life's seas, while anchors provide stability, there comes a time to lift them and embrace the vast uncharted waters ahead. Recognizing when to do so is the essence of growth. Navigating the seas of relationships can be both rewarding and challenging. While every connection teaches us something, recognizing the signs of those that might hinder our journey is crucial. As we sail through life, understanding which ties to cherish and which to reassess can make all the difference. We hope this episode has shed some light on the types of friendships that might need a second glance. If you found value in this episode, please do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and share your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate every bit of feedback and support. Together, let's continue exploring the vast oceans of human connections. Safe sailing, and see you in the next episode.